Hey, welcome with the Italian Cultural Center, the awards banquet, and the recipient this year is Franco Harris. Franco, thank you for coming to New Orleans, man.
My pleasure. This is my favorite town. This town it means so much to me. It's been good to me. And I love food, so being in this town.
So tell us, what is your greatest memory about New Orleans?
It's this thing called the Super Bowl.
I heard about it.
Yeah, but long time ago, back in 1974 season, but January 75. And I believe the Superdome was supposed to be ready, but it wasn't.
So you were in Tulane
so
Stadium.
We had to play in Tulane Stadium. And it happened to be a cold day that day, which was quite surprising because the day before it was beautiful. We played Minnesota, so it didn't affect either one of us.
That's true. I mean, obviously the catch. So yours is the Immaculate Reception, right?
Immaculate Reception. That's how we know it in Pittsburgh. Right.
I mean, a lot of prep for you guys when you took over that decade. The 70s was yours. But it must have taken you a lot of work to get there.
A lot of work. But I give credit for the Immaculate Reception to Joe Paterno, and where he used to yell all the time, go to the ball, go to the ball. And when you were in college, a lot of times you don't listen, right? You know what I mean? But when I hit training camp, all those things that you're supposed to do and what you didn't follow completely in college, kind of say, hey, now you're in the pros, start doing every little thing. And I always went to the ball. And because of that, in my mind, when Bradshaw threw the pass, it was go to the ball. And then before I knew it,
it was there to you. It was coming back to you.
You know, that it was unbelievable. And it was a big moment in Steeler history. They had never won a playoff game before.
That's right. I mean, you changed everything.
And this was the first playoff game that the Steelers ever won, and in dramatic fashion, as you know. But it really set the tone. Now, we didn't know at the time, but it really set the tone what was to happen the rest of that decade in the 70s.
Last chance for the Steelers. Bradshaw trying to get away. And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it. And he's over. What? Franco Harris. Grab the ball.
But I think it did start to make us believe that we can win. You know what I mean? That, as I mentioned, this was the first playoff game the Steelers ever won. If we would have lost, people would have said the same old Steelers.
Right.
They find a way to lose again. But this time we were losing, and we found a way to win.
Now, if you had hesitated a half a second, you wouldn't have been there because you were that close to, I mean, it took everything you had to catch that ball.
You know what? Just like everything in life, timing and place. I don't remember a thing about the play except leaving the backfield. And my only other memory is running down the sideline, giving a stiff arm to Warren, Jimmy Warren.
Yes.
But between leaving the backfield and running down the sideline, remember nothing, complete blank. But I do want people to know, unbeknownst to me at that time, my mother put on the album Ave Maria.
In the middle of the game?
No, during this play it was
During
on.
the play?
Ave Maria was on.
I have a grandmother who sings it very well. I mean, that's powerful.
Very powerful.
So your family's spirituality has been a big part?
I tell you what, well, I grew up Catholic, and, you know, my mom putting that record on that.
That's a touching story.
I'm not saying, you know what I mean? But, you know, like, I'm just saying.
What was it like during the few minutes where they were reviewing the play? Because it seemed like the country was at a loss as to how they were going to call it. They didn't know what to do, it seemed.
Well, we had no idea what was going on, first of all. You know, we're thinking it was a touchdown, and we didn't know that they were discussing what to do, or was it a touchdown?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, that would have been kind of odd, but they ruled a touchdown, and back then, to overturn it, that would have been real strange, you know what I mean?
Sure.
To do something like that, and but it all worked out.
So what lessons of Paterno would you tell a young athlete right now who's going to college about how to play college ball?
Well, you know what? There are so many things all the way through, you know, that you pick up in high school, you pick up in college, and you pick up in the pros. And, you know, and all of it relates. And you hope to take success in one place in high school And can you be successful in college? And then when you're successful in college, can you take what you learned there and be successful in the pros? Because as you know, each step is a big step and a tougher step. And so are you prepared well? In high school, I tell people, my high school coach, Mr. Petrillo, ex-Marine, oh my gosh. My first two-a-days, I thought I was going through hell. It was so tough, so hot. So, that's my first time ever doing something like that. But you find how to get through it. And even though you think you can't, you find a way to keep going. And when you get to Penn State, I mean, everything with Joe was detail, every little detail, you run it again until you get it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
That execution is what it's all about. Preparation is what it's all about, and then executing.
Well, that's it. Execution and preparation. I think they're calling us, and tonight's your big night. I want to thank you for coming back to New Orleans. I mean, in the Super Bowl story, the Italian community here is really grateful for you. I got one slight favor I want to do. I actually want to say that I one time handed off to you.
Oh my God. And I'm going to run with it.
He's going to go with it. All right. So we'll get another touchdown. Have a great time tonight.
Beautiful.
And thanks for coming back to New Orleans.
Thank you. Thank you very much.